Hello and welcome to, I was going to say, a Dream Team Tonic podcast. It's a Dream Team Tonic pre-deadline stream. So coming to you live on a Thursday evening where we have a Friday evening deadline coming tomorrow, 6:30. It's myself, Scott, and Ben. How are you doing?
How you doing, mate? You all right? Hello, everyone.
Not bad. Don't feel like 5 minutes ago we just done a pod.
I know. Smashing it out of the park smashing it out of the park this August, aren't we?
Indeed, I think we spent more time live than unlive. How are you feeling prepped for the deadline, the first one? Those Friday ones are always hectic as well, aren't they? 6:30, especially when you work a sort of typical 9 to 5 or whatever.
Yeah. I'm umming and ahhing over my transfer still. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I wanted to go a bit more attacking, but we'll see if we'll talk about it later in the pod, in the stream.
Well, this is I'm still not there. I've had people asking me, "Oh, what's your team? What's your transfers?" I'm not being sneaky. I don't know. I don't know at the moment. I think the price changes this early in the season just puts a whole complete spin on things, and you don't think about your moves the way you typically always would, or the way that you did at the end of last season at least. So it's trying to get back into that mindset again. But no, not being sneaky. Just not 100% sure at the moment. But yeah, we'll talk about it as we go into these questions. So we are going to answer questions from our Patreon community and our YouTube channel members first in the chat. So the chat is currently set to members only. We've got our Patreon members sending us messages over on Discord, and we've got our channel members using the chat here. And then once we get through these, we'll open the chat up to everyone else. But just to thank the guys who are supporting the pod. We've had a super chat from Con. I think he's just straight away trying to set me off. I said I was going to do this pod in a lighter mood than Mondays. And he's coming with a super chat straight away. Everyone sell your Cole Palmers and Sackers. Avoid the drop. Cheers, Connor. We'll win you back that £2 in the tag team league. Thank you very much. So Steve Ricks up first. So out of Sesko, Strand Larsen and Evan Nilsson, who do you think has more chance of playing both games?
Do you know what? Probably Strand Larsen, but doesn't really excite me. Strand Larsen. I know you said you played quite well at the weekend, didn't you? You like
he had a few chances. Yeah, obviously it's against Man City, but
yeah, they're all going to be going down in price, aren't they? As well.
I didn't bring up the price changes.
Yeah, Strand Larsen should stay the same. Should stay the same. Yeah, this is on not only FPL.
-3 for Evan Nilsson.
Yeah.
That? And Sesko, he only come on for, how long was he on for?
20 minutes or something like that.
So he will go down. What's he going down? 0.3 as well.
0.3, yeah. I like Evan Nilsson though. If you just look at the fixtures, Evan Nilsson's got good fixtures. And Sesko, you think he'll surely start against Grimsby in the cup, but I'm not sure if he'll start in the league yet.
So, yeah, the league is a tough one. If you don't get the league though, you'd almost guarantee Grimsby, surely.
Yeah. But if he just gets the league game, then it's a bit pants, isn't it?
Steve loves a punt. I think Sesko is his pick, knowing Steve. But I would have, if it weren't for the drop, I would have Evan Nilsson. I think I do really like him as a pick. I think he'll be on pens without Clivert. I think he's a nice pick, but you can't really bring in a 0.3, can you? You there? You good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You don't really want to be bringing in a 0.3 drop.
Not really. No. It's, you've just wasting the opportunity of gaining some value in your team, and then later on, obviously, the earlier you get your prices up, your value up, the quicker you can get to a few more premiums.
What do you think about? Because I mean, you've spoken about a few Man United players, and I'm kind of thinking something similar. What do you think about if you did take the chance on Sesko, take the drop, have him for the double, hope he does well, get the rise going into Burnley?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a risk if he doesn't do well this week. You would probably have to then bin him, which you don't want to take two.
Yeah. But then he's got Burnley the week after, isn't he, as well?
I mean, although no given that Burnley is a whipping fixture because the other two, Sunderland and Leeds, got off to a flyer, didn't they?
Yeah.
We'll go to Patrick. So how high up is budget building in your current thinking and plans?
Yeah, very, 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 very high up. Like I say, the quicker you get to the budget up, the quicker you can get a really, really good team. Get rid of these enablers.
Yes. It is really, really important. It's just bugging me. It's still bugging me. A few of the potential routes, but ordinarily, yeah. If you could, the ideal thing to do, isn't it? If you can just bring in a player, if you've got the good fixtures and you think they're a good player and they're getting the rise, that's like the perfect, isn't it? But we were just talking before we started, like,
yeah,
for example, some of the defenders, like a few of the 3 mil defenders or 2.5 mil defenders that flopped last week, replacing them for guys that are going up. The list doesn't look that inspiring, does it? When you go through the sort of list of people who you think will be going up, you either sort of end up getting a price rise and then getting a not so great fixture, or a single game week that don't really seem like the perfect situation with a lot of players. Yeah, frustrating one. To Dave, he's thinking of selling Gusto for Ballard. Obviously, Gusto didn't start. James started just for the price increase and then carry over one of the transfers. Unless I get rid of Dubravka for Roofs for the price increase. What do you reckon?
But it's that thing again, isn't it? Like getting the rises in the price rises. Do you think that Sunderland will do well again? Then yeah, jump on Roofs. But if you fancy Burnley, then just save your transfer. But Burnley's fixtures do turn horrible at the end of August. They've got Man United away, Liverpool at home, Forest at home, Man City away, Villa away. So, what about Sunderland?
What's the Bradford's price change going to be? Is that going to be that dramatic? I know you're obviously going to get the increase off of the other one, but...
Yeah.
0.2. A 0.2 drop feels pretty harsh, doesn't it? For
especially his price
against Spurs as well.
I think I'd do it. I think I'd go for it. Try and improve the budget, because you're not really bothered which keeper you have, really, are you?
No, and hope you get the back-to-back.
Yeah,
back-to-back rises potentially.
Getting transfers next week.
Yeah, that's the thing with the double up. Like, I don't think anyone's concerned with Roofs and Ballard both doubled up, because there is a chance possibly that you do fluke back to back. So don't mind that. Roberto, top 5. Who are your top 5 transfers in? I've not prepped for this.
Well, Semenyo. I think I'd want Bruno Fernandes for this week.
Have you got him?
Yeah, I've already got him. But is this like generic, or does it might?
Yeah, don't have to be for your team. Could just be in general this week.
Yeah. So yeah, Bruno Fernandes. I'd like him in there. I think I still like have Bowen for this. He played in round 2 last year. Scored the winner against Bournemouth, but it's a new manager in it, so it might not be the same. But they are playing a Premier League team, so it should be a strong team. And I like the United players just because they've got to get them playing, isn't they, as a team? I don't see why you won't play them against Grimsby. Like, I think they'll get minutes. They might not get a full match, but I think like Cunha and Mbeumo would be really good picks.
Yeah, if you could just know which one's going to start, I think it would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Both did really well against Arsenal.
Yeah, I thought they were good. Especially Cunha, like he done really well for bonus as well, which I wasn't sure whether or not he'd do all right for bonus, but yeah, still looked solid for that. I like Ahmad. I've said it before. There's been a bit of a talk in our Discord as well about him.
Yeah.
It is a risk because he didn't start against Arsenal. But I do think that could have been just put Dallo on because it's Arsenal, you know, more defensive, and he did really well when he came on. So again, not nailed for 2 games, but kind of a bit like the Sesko one. If you do end up not getting the start against Fulham, you'd be well confident that you get a start against Grimsby, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think, and I think you will get minutes against Fulham, even if it isn't the start, which no, is not ideal. You want 2 starts. I do like that. But then again, he's I think he was a 0.1. I think Ahmad, as in a minus.
Yeah.
Minus 0.1, which don't feel great to do at this point in the season. What about the big boys? We're going to come to it, but like your Arsenal against Leeds, your Chelsea against West Ham. You got Salah and Haaland as well. Like, what do you think of those guys? Are you worried about not having an Arsenal? Maybe.
I'm not worried, but yeah, I'd like to have had Saka for this fixture. He's definitely, if I had a single game week player, he'd be top of my list. Definitely.
It's not one to worry about though, because the ownership isn't massive, is it? Don't think on Saka anyway. 22.6 for Saka. We were just saying before we came on, Palmer's dropped about. It feels like everyone's sold Palmer, doesn't it? If you go off of, you know, the Discord, the Twitter, the WhatsApp groups, it seems like everyone's just selling Palmer, but the reality is he's dropped by 2%.
Yeah.
In the actual whole game. I think this possibly happened last season as well, where everyone sort of jumped off him, or it felt like they did when actually this early in the season everyone's quite bunched up, aren't they? Steve Ricks, is it worth getting ahead of Eze? Getting ahead and getting in Eze ready for in case he signs in time for Arsenal tomorrow. As if he signs before midday, he can play against Leeds. I think it's too risky to do. I think with your 5.5 Eze?
Yeah.
5.5 slot. Does he come straight in? I'm not certain that he would just get thrown straight in either. Obviously, he's going to be match fit because he could have played tonight. He would have played.
He's ill, apparently.
Oh, yeah, ill. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't risk it. If you got 5.5 to throw around, you can get a Cunha, can't you? You can get an Mbeumo. Quite a few nice options. You Semenyo, who you definitely know are going to start and have a chance of 2. So I wouldn't. It could end up being good, but yeah. What do you reckon? Same?
Agree with you totally.
Yeah. Over to Discord. So Diamond, what do you think of the following options? Palmer / Diouf out for Semenyo / Nori, and Dye or Coyote out for Brooks / Nori, or Ndai Diouf out for Semenyo Akiampong.
I don't like any of the defensive ones just for this game week. I think we keep going on about it. Old Ballardino, he looked pretty good at the weekend, and he's got a decent double game week coming up. Hopefully, he plays both games, and he's got a 0.3 price rise and a good run of fixtures. So it'd be a nice little hold for a few weeks. I think he's the way to go. I think everyone's pretty much going to go there. He's going to rate. Was he 2 million? You'll get some money back as well when you bank.
Yeah.
The other one is it just. Obviously, Palmer is the better player. You want to keep Palmer long term, but that double game week for Everton, it's quite interesting to see where people are going to go if they're going to keep Ndiaye, because if at the start of the season you think, oh, Ndiaye for these first 3 fixtures, Leeds, Brighton, and Mansfield. Brighton and Mansfield both at home. Do you think he'll play in the Mansfield game, Scott?
I don't know, just because where they've brought in Grealish and a couple of other sort of newer players, but nothing's particularly changed, has it, since the start of the season? When that's the challenge. Nothing's really changed since the start of the season when you bought Ndiaye in and thought he's going to be good for the first fixture, and he's got a double game week in the week after. So a week ago you thought he was decent and was going to start.
Yeah.
So now all that's changed is they didn't look very good in the first game, which is fair if you did see nothing from him and you don't think he's a good pick anymore.
First big match at the new stadium.
Yeah, is it two? Is it two or is it just one?
Yeah, two home games, isn't it?
Yeah, surely that's got to be lively, isn't it? Yeah, two. Yeah, 2 at home. It's tough. I quite like the pairing of Semenyo and Ait-Nouri, out of all the options there.
Yeah.
To be honest. Brooks and Ait-Nouri gets you. What do you think of that Brooks move at 2 million in midfield? We did speak briefly about it, didn't we?
He'll be all right for a short term hold, but I think Semenyo's a bit more explosive. But if you can't get to Semenyo there, so I don't mind the Brooks move, especially for this double game week.
Just got another couple of wingers in as well, haven't they? Bournemouth. Jay Baker, being bottom of a mini league, I'm taking Wirtz out for Semenyo. But for my second transfer, would you take out a player like Coyote for someone who's going to rise, or bring in someone who might get points this week and you want to keep in your team for a while, like a Kudus?
What, for Coyote?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about taking Kudus out because of his tough fixture. I mean, I do want Kudus longer term, but I think it might be worth the gamble taking him out. But yeah, Semenyo in for, who was it again? For Wirtz. Yeah, I don't mind that. Especially with Liverpool's got two top fixtures coming up. And no double.
I think I feel differently about the Wirtz one than I do in my scenario, where it's like Palmer or Saka or Bruno, because Liverpool are coming up against Newcastle, and that midfield is nasty in it from them. They've got a solid mid. Could be a tough game there. Yeah, I think I prefer the latter. That's the thing. Take out Coyote for someone who you think is going to rise. Would you just do Ballard?
Yeah, I would.
Because we were just trying to go through some of the more expensive options, weren't we, at the back? I've got one at 3.5, a potential slot, but I think the options are great. If you do want to rise, it's looking and it's Chalobah, or go Van der Ven or Romero, who don't really have great fixtures. Obviously, Chalobah's going to get a rise, but it's quite boring, isn't it? Going for a Chelsea sort of centre back.
Yeah,
you've got the Crystal Palace centre backs are going to be getting a rise at around 3.5, but again, they're not the guys that you think are probably going to get you the attacking returns. I think it's probably going to be clean sheet or bust. That is a bit does make you think, do you just go, has Ballard just got just as much chance of getting that clean sheet? Possibly.
And Tosin's back as well, isn't he? Back in training.
Yeah. I think Tosin will probably take that. You keep making me say his name. Achiampong. His position, I reckon, because he's back training. This is from Joe. Captain, Ahmad or Semenyo, if you have to pick one.
Semenyo. What about you?
If it was the armband, Semenyo, yeah. Probably you feel more sure on his minutes. I think Joe is a United fan, isn't she?
Yeah.
The thing about Ahmad, like, it's strange, isn't it? Because he was a striker last season, and do you remember there was that period of time where he was a striker on the game, and none of us wanted to bring him in because he was down as a striker, and we were like, if he's only a midfielder, and now he's a midfielder. But the only difference is he's possibly gone from being the sort of 10 and being listed as a striker to now being like a wing back majority, but a midfielder. And now you're
they started Dallo at the weekend, didn't they?
Yeah.
But that was probably because it was Arsenal.
Yeah.
If they're playing a weaker team, I think they'd start Ahmad, wouldn't they? If they were going to be there.
Especially where they didn't score as well.
Yeah.
They didn't grab a goal. He's dangerous. Yeah, I think it's a good pick. But I probably would lean Semenyo if I had to. I don't think I'm captain either of them, though. Have you thought about captain? Shall I put the captaincy poll in? I'll do it when we open up the chat. Have you thought about your cap?
Well, it's between Semenyo, Bruno, or Bowen, I think, at the minute.
Bruno, Semenyo, Bowen, yeah. I think I've got it on. Well, I have got it on Bruno at the moment. The thing that worries me in these doubles, where we don't know who's going to start, though, is like, what if it's a single?
Yeah.
If it is a single, would you want Semenyo?
Yeah, I don't mind it because he's got Wolves.
We know Bruno's fine, but it's not like the best. If it was just a single, Fulham away, it's not the best that's in your squad, I don't think. I don't think Wolves are that bad. Where to next? It's hard looking at two screens. Esplee, which defender to bring in for Coyote? We just sort of mentioned 3.5. Is there any you like the look of? I've seen Matty Cash mentioned a fair bit as well. I think he's due a nice rise.
I don't know. Villa rotated.
And he's stung you a few times, Cash.
Yeah, he's been dropped and brought back in loads of times. Not for me.
They just Conts will be suspended.
I think I'd rather go for a Dorgu than go for Cash.
I like Dorgu. He's not getting he's not the prices aren't going in his favour. I did look at him. What's he doing, Dorgu? Staying the same.
Yeah.
Would you rather a Dorgu staying the same than a Chalobah, Ven, Cash? One of them going up, but with a tougher game.
Probably go for the Dorgu.
Yeah, I think the Dorgu pick is quite nice, actually. DT Wisby, Salah to Cunha, bring back a Liverpool striker in game week 4. Gakpo / Salah / Ekatike could even 12-man Salah in game week 4. So I guess the question is, would you do Salah to Cunha?
I don't mind it, but I don't think I'd do it. But I don't mind it with, like, Salah's got Newcastle away, Arsenal at home in the next 2 games. You can get Cunha for this double. They've got Fulham and Grimsby, and then Burnley, and then game week 4, bring Salah back in or another Liverpool forward, or he could even do the 12th man on game week 4 for Burnley away and Champions League game. I've been stung in this sort of game week before, last few times though, haven't I? Around game week 4 or game week 5, I've brought Well, it was Man City though.
What with your 12th man?
I always talk about it. Like KDB, 12th man, didn't play the second game or something, or came off the bench, and Alvarez. But yeah, Salah will play both games, so yeah, I don't mind it. But yeah, what's game week 4? You've got Cunha against Man City, haven't you? And possible Carabao Cup third round. So there could be a double for there.
I quite like the sound of that, you know.
Mm.
And I know it completely goes against like what I've been thinking, because I'm like, I don't want to take a premium out. But I don't mind the sound of that. Like I'd feel more comfortable going against Salah in this fixture, I think. But it's hard because I think Livramento done a job on Salah in the Carabao final. He done really well against him. But I remember there was also that time last season where I think I went against the Salah captaincy against Newcastle away, and he absolutely smashed it, I'm pretty sure. I think he had a really good game last season away. Always a risk.
So is Salah the man to sell instead of Palmer to raise the money then?
Was Salah staying the same, is he?
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it, for a goal as well? That's the par for him. I don't know. I think I feel more comfortable selling Salah this week. Is that mad?
No. I think
But then obviously you're still taking the drop on Palmer, which is the bit that I think people are against.
Yeah, but I think you've got to think with these premiums. Yeah, you can sell him and buy him back cheaper and be a bit clever. But premiums are premiums for a reason. Like, you're not really bothered if they go up or down, are you? Because you're going to have them all season. I mean, early on you could gain on it, but you've still got all the other riffraff in your team, haven't you, to get rid of?
Yeah, I think that's why I've got a bulk of premiums at the moment, like the 5, and it was always my idea that I'd probably bin Saka after he's played Leeds. So then I know that I am going to have a bit more money to spread about, which makes me feel a bit better. But yeah, I don't mind the idea of that. I know Wisby's not afraid to take a few risks. So yeah, I don't mind that. I think if it lets you do like a Cunha and someone quite exciting. Do you stream from a different room each time? Or do you just put up a new picture each time?
No, I've moved the living room around.
We've already answered that. I think if you were going to sell one of Coyote or Diouf, which one would you sell? I've got this dilemma.
Yeah, same. I'm thinking more keep Diouf just for the attacking potential. It just looks really attacking. What do you think?
I'd rather keep Diouf. But selling the guy that's 3 million is a bit easier, isn't it? I suppose it don't matter if you are dropping down to Ballard, but then you've still got 0.5 less to spend. Yeah, like I say, I'm not really that inspired by any of the options either, is the thing. So I think it just depends on what you need the money for on the other move. Who Brentford against again? I've lost it off the top of my head.
Brentford have Villa at home, Bournemouth away in the Cup, and Sunderland away in game week 3.
You can see it, can't you? If you could see yourself ending up keeping Coyote for Sunderland then, couldn't you? But could it be a trap? Could he end up going down even further? He could be a new 2 million.
Yeah.
Then if Diouf ends up with just Chelsea at home and doesn't play the second one, is it much better?
Yeah.
It's funny how we felt our teams all look so good at the start. Now we're just like, look at these. Benjamin, not you. Benjamin in the chat. Sell Kudus for Semenyo. No, this is you. And sell Diouf for Ballard. It definitely is you.
Yes, very similar to what I'm considering. Yeah.
He's saying let the transfers roll. Like we kind of spoke about this as well, didn't we, separately? What do you reckon about like possibly rolling transfers? And then we'll open up this chat to everyone now as well.
I mean, you could. Obviously, you're not going to lose anything because you're going to get you 4 transfers the week after, but you will lose that 1 week of price. The players will go down in price, but at least it'll be only 1 week. You'll be able to sort it out with 4 transfers.
Yeah. I honestly don't mind potentially keeping my team the same, but I'd lose like 0.5, I think it is already. Be on like 49.5 mil. You would like to think that you can then, gain off 4 transfers, chasing like 4 price rises the week after. You could just end up with another crap week like this where you got 4 transfers to use. You want to chase the price rises because you lost money last week. And then you might be looking at who's getting a rise and think, don't even want any of these, but I'm forced to use it. I suppose in my scenario, I've got Saka to sell, so I'd have a bit more money to spread out. But
you ain't going to sell Saka next week.
What if he bangs against Liverpool? For Liverpool, though,
he usually does well against Liverpool as well, doesn't he? But I mean, you're quite high on Saka, aren't you?
Yeah, I think he'll have a really good season.
What do you think about that today? Was it Arteta's interview in Brazil with Brazilian ESPN?
It definitely makes him a worse asset to have, but he only scored 2 pens last season. It's not like he banged in 7 pens or whatever like Bruno that time.
Yeah,
where his always points are coming from scoring pens. Like it's nice to have, but yeah, he's still a good player, still a good option.
What was said in the interview is they asked him like 1-word questions and he had to say a player's name, and he said so. They asked him penalty taker, and then he went Gyökeres, but he said best finisher. He said Saka, didn't he?
Did he? I didn't see that part. Just saw the soundbite. The walls are down. Everyone's coming flooding in now. In the chat. Last one here from our Discord as well before we do go to DT Philip. It's the same. We've pretty much covered it. Coyote, would you do Coyote / Diouf to Ballard and Porro to Enrico, Lewis or Aït-Nouri? Why would you do Porro to Lewis or Aït-Nouri?
The only thing I can think of is just because he's playing City. But
I think Porro in a back 5 playing wing back. I'd love to have Porro still.
Yeah, it's.
Porro.
Aït-Nouri is $500,000 cheaper, and he's going to get a 0.2 rise. Porro's going to get a 0.1 rise, possibly.
I'd keep Porro.
And he's got a better fixture, is he? I'd say Man City's got a better fixture than Tottenham.
What, as in playing each other?
Yeah, they're at home. But longer term, I'd say Tottenham's got better fixtures. Bournemouth at home, West Ham away, Brighton away, Wolves at home, Leeds. City have got Brighton away, Man United at home, Arsenal away, then Burnley at home. With
I think
European and cups in between.
They're great, but they're both great. But I think Porro is the better option. He did say or Palmer to Semenyo, and either one of Coyote, Diouf to Ballard.
What do you think then? So either Palmer out or Porro out. He's saying
that top one. That top one. If you're going to do Coyote / Diouf to Ballard or to Ballard and Porro to Lewis / Aït-Nouri, just do Coyote to Ballard and roll with the other one. Have 3 next week. That other move isn't really gaining you much, is it? It's a 0.1 price rise worth a transfer. I don't think it is.
If you wanted Semenyo, though, you have to be Palmer. But if you're not bothered, then roll it.
Porro to Ballard and a midfielder to Semenyo.
Could do that, yeah. But
Instead.
see one Porro longer term, I suppose.
Well, I can't do it if he wants like Nori instead.
I know,
yeah. Steve, I'm not on board with Xerxes, mate. It could be fun if you get him for Grimsby. Would you reckon on Xerxes?
No, not for me.
Can he score goals? I don't even know if he can score goals.
He scores the odd goal, doesn't he?
I wouldn't even if you knew Xerxes was 100% starting against Grimsby, would you pick him?
I don't know.
He's not someone this could be one we look back on, but he's not someone I just think, oh yeah, he's definitely going to bang a hat-trick past Grimsby if he starts.
He wasn't even that prolific, was he, before? I have to double check that. I'm sure I've looked at his stats before and I'm thinking he doesn't score many goals. I know he's still young.
Scott, can you talk about how Havertz's injury is going to impact the player minutes and rotations? Well, I think he was probably going to just nick the odd rotation with Gyökeres, I think, for now anyway. But it looks like maybe Gyökeres might get a few more minutes up top. There was a weird thing, I don't know if you saw it, where Trossard has been given a pay rise. So he's signed a new contract with Arsenal, which has given him a pay rise.
Yeah.
But haven't extended his contract. So just giving him a pay rise for nothing, essentially.
Strange, isn't it?
Which I think was odd. So I wonder whether that was the day before the Havertz injury. I wonder if they've convinced him that he maybe was going to move. I wonder if they just convinced him, will you stay? You're going to be the rotation striker with Gyökeres whenever he's out. And then Eze is going to take the place on the left where Trossard was. And I guess Eze is probably, if Havertz was ever going to play left-sided 8 at times, like he did in the first season, maybe that'll be Eze as well. But I don't think it's going to have any massive knock-ons, really, other than making Gyökeres maybe a better pick.
Just got back Šeško. He scored 21 goals in 45 games last season, 18 goals in 42 games before that, and 18 in 41 before that at Salzburg. It's not bad.
Rather him than Xerxes, definitely.
Oh, yeah, big time, yeah.
Hello to Ian. Hello to Miss Noopy. Hello to Drizzle. Hello to GB Fantasy Football, who we hope to have on the show quite soon. Check out his channel. We have been chatting. There's been a few people who said when you're going to do a video together. So we have dropped him a message and we'll do something quite soon. Miss Noopy, I've already shouted you out. You have 2 shout outs. Late is there. And Ian, is Saka a must-have this game week? I've got him. But is he must-have?
I don't think he's must-have. Just because he hasn't got a double game week. But he's definitely a good option. He's high up on the list on the FPO, isn't he? Because it's a single game week. But, yeah. Not a must-have.
Yeah, I think he's a good pick. That's why I started with him this season, because I thought if I don't start with him, I probably won't bring him in.
Yeah,
and I do want him for this week. Rodders going Verts to Semenyo. The other one is Diouf to Ballard. Seems like a popular one, I think. Currently have 4.5, so could go Cucurella or any others instead of Ballard. Chasing rises.
Nah, just go for the Ballard. Ballardinho. Get him in.
A few people said in our Discord that they know Sunderland fans, or they've listened to content talking about Sunderland, that they have got loads of options and they might rotate in that second Carabao Cup match. But again, just take your chance, I think, get the price rise.
Yep.
Roberto, wait till you hear what Joe and Conk have been up to. I've got no idea.
Go on then, let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Keep it clean. Cloppite 97. So Coyote for Ballard, Semenyo for Unsung Dream Team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Semenyo for someone. That seems to be the most popular transfer. Not on the app. Semenyo
That's
and
1 and 2,
Ballard.
isn't it?
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Would you have called that at the start of the season?
No. Especially not Ballard.
No. No, yeah. Mad. Who's free? Reinders, Richarlison, and Chris Wood. That's crazy, isn't it? GB Fantasy Football. Do you reckon West Ham are more likely to go strong with Potter already under pressure? Got to get the fans on side.
Yeah. They need to start winning. Big game against Chelsea as well. They hate Chelsea, don't they, West Ham?
Yeah.
Wolves in the cup. Fancy him to beat Wolves in the cup.
I don't fancy Wolves, don't you?
Eh?
You hate Wolves.
Me? No, I just think they're not going to do very well this season. I think another thing as well, the Coyote and what's his name, Youth. Looking at the cup fixtures, you want a player that's going to double in game week 4, don't you? So I think West Ham will beat Wolves, but I don't think Brentford. I think Brentford will lose to Bournemouth. So you get an extra game there. If that's your prediction is, you might predict something different. But
between the two,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So
I guess that makes. I guess that does apply to the United guys as well. Then really, like, you've got to go through, haven't they? And if they then go through, not only is it Burnley, it'll be a double. I think they got City.
Yeah, Man City away.
It'll be City paired with. I mean, if they get a Prem team there, more teams come into the mix then that week, don't they?
Yeah,
as well. So if they end up with European a tough game, they may then go strong. So I think that does make United better. Didn't really answer the question there. Well, you did. I think but they probably will go a bit stronger if he's under pressure. If they lose to Chelsea, which is probably fairly likely. Yeah, I think so. Matt Woolley. Loving all the different options available, from no transfers to chasing the money tomorrow. Oh, for the deadline tomorrow. Loads of different options. You've got no transfers, chasing the options, or you've got Ballard and Semenyo. Late Wirtz to Semenyo and Palmer to Mbumo, or Salah to Cunha. Oh, what do you think of them two?
What's that again?
So Late is doing Wirtz. I'll bring it up on screen. Wirtz to Semenyo and Palmer to Mbumo, or Salah to Cunha. We just mentioned that Salah to Cunha one, didn't we?
Yeah.
If you had to do one of those two at the end, Palmer to Mbumo or Salah to Cunha.
I think Palmer's fixture is better than Salah's, isn't it? It's just that 0.3 deduction you're going to lose on him. But I don't think if you don't sell Palmer this week, you're not going to sell him, are you, at all?
What, for Fulham home?
So you're not going to sell him at all, are you, if you don't sell him this week?
Well, I don't want to sell him this week, but if he's going to get a third 0.3, for example, I will probably shit my pants and take him out.
Yeah, but I mean, you want him. You want him for game week 4, definitely. Game week 5, game week 6.
Yeah.
So,
because he will play twice a week now in Europe. It's not like before.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not going to sell him this week, then you're not going to sell him in the next few game weeks. So, I'd probably keep Palmer and sell Salah for this next. Like, you could probably. It's horrible saying sell Salah, but yeah, Newcastle and Arsenal are tough defenses. So you could probably do the Cunha move.
And then by that time, if you do want to bring back, you'll have a bit more info as well on whether you want to just bring back Ekatike or. Drizzle is thinking of kicking Palmer out, but for who is the question? He's already got Semenyo head of the curve, unless he's already used one transfer.
I think a United option, Mbumo, or if you can get Cunha.
Yeah. I like it. I keep saying I like Ahmad, but I'm saying that because I don't have the money with the options that I want to move out. I wouldn't have the money to get a Cunha or an Mbumo because he's 4 mil. I would be taking, if I was going to do that, I'd be taking out Fulkrug. Do you reckon that's risky?
No, I think. But for who? For Ahmad?
Well, no, he's taking Fulkrug out a mistake.
I mean, you brought him in for these fixtures, but Chelsea. I mean, do you think he can score against Chelsea? Could do. But you got Wilson as well now, aren't you? Who come off the bench in the first match? Wilson. Are you thinking of holding Fulkrug?
I don't know. I'm thinking of doing 2 defensive transfers. I think Coyote and Diouf out, but like I said, I don't. Other than Ballard, I don't really know who I'd want for the second one. Or I may just do Coyote, or well, actually, it'd have to be Diouf to Ballard and Fulkrug to Diallo at 4. I could not have Diallo and get a 4 million defender. Opens it up a bit more instead, but a bit boring, isn't it? Do you think they're good moves? Not as exciting as some of them.
Not exciting, no, yeah.
Ian says he likes it when Scott talks nicely about Spurs players. That must have been when I was bigging up Eze a minute ago.
Oh,
Bill Vega, Fulkrug out, Rutter in, Coyote out, Ballard in. Fulkrug to Rutter?
I like Rutter as an option more than Fulkrug, but Brighton have such an inflated squad, don't they? They've got loads of players. I don't know if he'll play both games. Then he's got City at home in game 3. Don't know. Is it worth that transfer? There must be something else to do in your team. It's a bit sideways to me. Yes. The Coyote one to Ballard's fine.
Yeah. I feel like just using that 0.5 just for the sake of it there.
Yeah.
Do one move if you like the rest of your team. Just do one, get free. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by the idea of rolling. I must admit, just because it's not been done, someone's got to do it. I forgot the Palace game is on. We've just had a Mateta goal. Boom, 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 boom.
I'll go on in the background.
Have you?
Not very exciting.
You've gone strong. That's kind of what's. I did think about, like I said, Lacroix was getting a price rise and 3.5. I know it's not that interesting, but then they're not going to be very fresh, are they, against Forest by comparison? Would you switch Palmer and Wirtz to Bruno and Semenyo?
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, I'd do it. 2
double game week players.
I've already said I won't do Palmer to Semenyo. I don't need to say it again, but like that, the 2 that you're bringing in as a pair look better than the Palmer and Wirtz one. So yeah. A lot of the similar questions, but would you reckon this is slightly different? Fulkrug and Diouf out for Wood and Ballard. Chris Wood, only 1 game, 4 million. He scored 2 the week before, so he's definitely going to score 2 again.
Away at Palace, big Europa.
Yep.
They're all going to be kicking off for each other, aren't they?
They should do that game. Whoever wins
gets Europa.
Gets Europa.
Yeah.
league. The decider.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do the Wood move. Not yet. I'll wait for Europe for Wood. If you want Wood.
You don't want that 0.3?
No, I'd do something else. Surely, can you afford? What, Ballard's 2? What's that? How much is Fulcrook? 3.5?
3.
3. So it gives you, what's it give you? 4? Yeah. I think I prefer Ahmad.
Ahmad over Wood.
Yeah, just for this game week.
Ahmad or Wood? You'd go Ahmad. Ahmad or Strand Larson?
I think Ahmad still.
Ahmad or Evan Nilsson with a 0.3 drop?
That's a tricky one. Probably Ahmad just because he's not going down in 3. Because you're losing your own budget then, aren't you?
Yeah.
But he's got good fixtures. Bournemouth have Wolves at home, Brentford at home.
I wouldn't mind knowing who was going to start for Arsenal. Like, if you knew you could get a Madueke or someone for 4 million, like you could double up there.
For Leeds, yeah.
Steve, love these punts. They make Ben's head hurt. Was Trossard on minimum wage? I tell you what, he does always look grumpy, don't he? He does always look like he's got the ump, so he might have been. Evening Philip, evening Nathan. Joe's got no Arsenal. Leo, Trossard's here. Reckon it's worth swapping out Minter for someone else. If so, who
4
got
million.
0.5 million? 4 million. Ahmad. What would you? Is defense too boring? Like, I can't think of any real defenders that I feel confident will get 2 games. I think that's the problem.
Yep.
All the good 4 mil defenders are going to be European clubs. The Calafiori one, if we knew that he was going to start, would be perfect because he's got Leeds. He's got a 0.3. But do you think it's no go?
Well, you got Skelly, haven't you? Skelly could come back in, so it's too risky for me.
You get the price rise, but end up with no points, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even United defence, you imagine, is going to change completely. Sean 86, the Semenyo bandwagon will soon come to haunt. Saka is the main man this week.
Bosh. Is he an Arsenal fan?
Could be. Could well be.
Leeds are solid, didn't they? Solid clean sheet at the weekend on Monday.
I never thought I would, in game week 2, be hiding behind it. I said it in the chat, but never thought in game week 2 if I was going to be hiding behind the sofa for a player. I didn't think it would be a Bournemouth match. I didn't think I'd be watching a Bournemouth 3 o'clock kickoff, thinking, geez, this could get me. But here we are. John Smith. People going to accuse me of just making up burner accounts here, aren't they? Captain Saka all day. Debating and Dyer out for Reinders. Got 0.5 in the bank. It's whether and Dyer plays twice or chase the price rise. Would you do that one and Dyer to Reinders for the rise?
I love Reinders, but
Dyer was a really good pick though, weren't he?
Yeah. It's not the week to bring him in, Reinders. I know he's going to rise, but I think you got to stick it out. The Ndai move you started with in the first place.
Ian, better not tell you what I'm doing. I'll be slated again. I'm sorry to anyone who I offended on Monday's pod. It was getting emotional. Go on, tell us who you're taking Saka and Palmer out for. Go on, Ian. Get it in there. KK, do you think Jimenez will play both games for Fulham? What's the latest on Muniz? Has he moved yet? He was getting linked.
No idea. Not seen anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd think Muniz would get one of them games, wouldn't you?
Rosev is getting a permanent transfer away.
Who?
Rosev from
the
Brentford.
Yeah.
I don't think Jimenez is going to start too for some reason. So used to him subbing off and switching around with Muniz during a single game that I feel like he probably won't start 2 games, but I don't really like it. Evening, Josh. Palmer to Ahmad and have 3 mil in the bank. What's the 3 mil for? Would you not if you've got the money, do you not rather do I don't know what the formation is, but either Cunha or would you rather just do Mbumo?
I'd do Mbumo rather. Yeah.
I think if I had the money, I'd rather do Mbumo if you're going to sell Palmer, unless you've got a plan for that 3 mil the week after or something. Brad Lee, thoughts on Diallo captain? You already said that you wouldn't cap Diallo over Semenyo, for example.
No, not for me.
If I was bringing in Diallo, who's better cap, Diallo or Bruno?
I think Bruno still.
I picked out that I would cap Bruno this game week, sort of before the season started, so I think I probably will go through with it. I don't think he's that much worse option. I know he didn't score or do much in that Arsenal game, but I think he still looks all right. 144 in the chat, apparently, and only 23 likes, so whack a like on the chat if you haven't already. Subscribe as well if you haven't. Bradley's going for it. Ahmad captain. GB Fantasy Football. He's an Arsenal fan as well. He says thinks Lewis Skelly will play Leeds, especially with Liverpool away the week after. Save Calafiori for that fixture. Yeah, I do think that's a possibility. Yeah. I do think we're going to just switch it up tactically, depending on who the opposition are. Miss Snoopy, Spurs fan and a Liverpool fan, but Saka is my favourite player.
Can't support 2 teams. Come on.
Spurs and Liverpool fan. And Saka fan. Just be an Arsenal fan.
You can support your local club, maybe, and the big club, but not 2 big clubs.
Well, she might support a local team and support a big club. Spurs might be a local
team, yeah.
And she thought, I'll support a big club as well.
Spurs are massive.
Early gamble, getting Fulkrug and Wirtz out for Semenyo and Sesko, with Sesko as the captain. I feel like he's playing both Fulham and Grimsby.
Keep your ears to the ground. That's too risky for me, that. But if you hear him in the press conference saying Sesko's going to start the weekend, it could be a good move. But I don't think I could captain him. I think he's differential enough as just being your team.
I do feel like maybe they're going to do something. I know, like, they didn't score against Arsenal. They looked all right. I think Mason Mount looked all right and didn't do anything wrong. But I feel like if something's going to change, it'll be Mount out, and then Bruno could move forward one, or Sesko can just come in. I feel like they will change something. Let's pick out one more because we was going to do bang on an hour. I'll just see if there's anything we haven't covered real quick already.
Miss Snoopy says she wishes supports Arsenal.
It's my dad and brother's teams. Didn't want to upset either of them. Last question. Is this a question? Here you go. Really want Semenyo and Boomer and Cunha this week. Would you use a 12th man this week to get one of them?
I want all them players too, but no, I wouldn't use a 12th man, not this week.
Would you use a 12th man if you was say you was in my scenario and you didn't think you was going to bring Semenyo in? Is Semenyo 12th man? What's the word?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Worthy.
But I just because it's a Carabao Cup, you never know how many minutes he's going to get, so it's not worth it.
Yeah, I do think that. I did think about it, and then I thought the thing is, like, I'm just using a 12th. I'm just using a 12th man because I don't want to sell Palmer. Would I transfer in Semenyo for Palmer? If I transferred in Semenyo for Palmer, would I 12th man in Palmer? I wouldn't transfer just Palmer in on the 12th man. So it's essentially the same. I wouldn't use a 12th man. I think this is the first double game week. I think there's going to be loads of better double game weeks. There could be like 2 European fixtures where you think your player's going to play and then they don't, and you still get barely any points. Like we've done.
Surely I've got to beat 4.
I done all right last year. I went early. I went Son in. What were they in? They were in Europa League. It was one of the first games. I went for Son, and he did start twice.
Yeah,
getting an all right return. Right, that's a wrap. 1 hour, 2 minutes. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and if you haven't gone back and watched our previous episode, I hope YouTube will show it after this video. But if not, just head over to Dream Team Tonic. If you do want to become a YouTube channel member or member of our Patreon, there'll be a link in the description below, or you can hit the join button. We'll be doing more of these live streams. But yeah, the live streams were so popular last season that the messages just come bang, 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 bang. You can't keep on top of them. So we thought we'd show our support to the people that are supporting the podcast with this new way of doing it. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.